hold up, I'm breaking ankles like some old tops. My rhyme steady going, please don't ask me if the flow stop. Deep in the pocket like the roof on a drop top. 101 Dalmatians, the way your boy drop dots. Man, hold up, I got you diving when I'm juking. The clips so sick like the smell from when you're pooping. Man, get down and click the sub button and hit the bell, cause I got a lot more of it. Yeah, who's mains? Terrence House head, who's mains? Batman, Bruce Wayne.
What's goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy WhosManz. You already know what time it is. About to get into a gameplay, which is going to start off the whole gun portion of this New Orleans ebook. But before we get into that, go ahead, if you are new, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you never miss an upload. Like I said, we're going to get into this. I'm going to just talk over this gameplay. And yeah. So I tried to record this like 20 billion times and I just couldn't figure something out. So I'm just going to talk about the gameplay. But for right now, I'm going to talk about the gun portion of this playbook. It's really nice. I think the gun portion of this playbook helps this playbook become more balanced. And it allows you to really open it up if you notice your opponent cannot stop the run, or if they really are hard-headed and love to stay in one thing. You can use the gun to just open up a lot of the runs, especially if you're struggling on the ground, which is what I was having trouble with this game. I started the game out using the gun, and then I started switching down because I noticed my opponent was having trouble on offense, and I was having a little bit more success on offense myself. One thing I learned from this gameplay is that I really need to send a little bit more pressures. I can't just rely heavily on coverage the whole time. That's the thing. It's funny. I'm not really a very aggressive person. I really like to be methodical. So my thing is I have to go out of my comfort zone and send pressures, because if I sit back and try to wait for somebody to make a mistake, that might be my downfall. So I have to send pressures and make them make mistakes, which is something that you see right there. So one thing that I wanted to showcase in this is that you are able to run air raid concepts out of this playbook. I really love the air raid, so I'm just gonna present you guys the air raid out of this. Right here I messed up. I will not be showing you guys this setup strictly because it just doesn't work as well. I'm not forcing anything. Daniel Jones is athletic, he doesn't have a spy, so I'll take off with Daniel Jones, pick up those yards. Once again, you're gonna see a lot of air raid concepts. YSail, a really big one. I really love this. Your right side is better for double high, whereas your left side is better for the zig. Dig is better for single high, and it really shreds spot drop. So if you see spot drop coverage, if they're not matching, definitely look to the flood side. So once again, my opponent's trying to get things going on offense. I really want to keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket and force him to throw, but you're gonna see my opponent does a good job of really using that to his advantage and getting up the field that way. But I'll live with Jalen Hurts running up the middle and not getting to the outside. That's when a lot of mobile quarterbacks do a lot of damage, as you see right here. Luckily for me, Devonta Smith doesn't keep his feet in bounds. So fourth down, I came out in a cover 3 because I didn't want to give him just free reign to run the ball up the middle. I needed a lot of people in the box, and luckily for me, he gets outside the pocket and I have my contains and I was able to keep him in there. Here's an example of me using the inside zone. I can still keep it pretty balanced and run the ball, just keep him off his toes. But the thing is, you got to be disciplined in that you cannot just hold the sprint button down all the time. When you start doing that, that's when you start making mistakes. In this, I don't have my audible set for this formation that I want, so it makes it a little harder to run, but I will show you guys the different audibles. Once again, second and goal, I noticed he kept running like spot drop style coverages. So I'm running levels, and we're just gonna read A to the RB. He sticks back with A, so we throw it underneath to RB for the touchdown. So now my opponent is on offense, catches me on Jefferson. It's fine though, because what he's running is just a bunch of crossers, and that's what your cover 2 match does, really well against. Even just straight up Tampa 2, it does really well with that. And I mess up here with my adjustments. But once again, like I said, you see he's just running a bunch of crossing routes, a bunch of drags, and slants, and then an occasional go. So that's what I'm that's why I'm staying in this cover 2 right here. You see my safety switch, so I'm just gonna call a timeout. I'd rather call a timeout there and not give up a stupid play. And I send a pressure here. However, I got caught on the D line. I wish I was able to get on the weak side linebacker Landon Collins there, because I would have been able to stop that, or at least bat it down, pick it off something, or cause a pressure to get home. But I wasn't, so now it's gonna be 4th and short. Once again, I come out in a cover 3 pressure, I believe, or no, cover 3 cloud. He's in a tight formation, and you see right here we do a good job, but he just has 2 vertical routes there, and it takes one my curl flat up the field a little bit, and he's able to fit it underneath. So good play on him right there. Once again, he's getting up out of the pocket. I'd rather him run up the middle than to the outside, like I said. So I just want to keep him in the pocket and passing. If he's going to run, I'd rather him run up the middle right here. Once again, he's running up the middle with Jalen Hurts. The thing is, if he gets popped one good time, he's going to fumble. That's just how quarterbacking is in Madden. It's not the same in real life. And right here, we send another pressure. We get home. This game, I feel like I didn't say it, but this game is what kind of got me to realize I need to send more pressures, because I can't just let my opponent sit back and analyze. I need him to get rid of the ball quicker, so I need to send more pressures, and also need to send more blitzes. Not a lot of blitzes, not a lot of pressures. I really need to mix it up really well, but that's something that I'm still trying to work out myself. But we're getting better with it. The more I play, the more I figure it out. I am on a nice little win streak here. Once again, another air raid concept, just 4 verts, something we run there. We come out in a gun tight, and I end up switching it to inside zone. He has his defensive line spread way out, and even though they're really good, they're just spread too far out, and it's going to allow my guys to wall off in the middle, pick up a nice gain there. 1st and 10. Now you see we're at the 2-minute warning. We're really close to half field, so I want to try to run this clock down. So I audible down. I notice he's in a nickel package, rightly so. Right there, I really thought I was going to be able to bust that one out, but I don't. It's okay. Once again, he's utilizing. He's using a lot of people in weird ways. So right here, we take advantage of that. Got the user stuck underneath. Take advantage, hit the tight end underneath, pick up the 1st down. We're going to call our first timeout, or second timeout there. Now I'm fine. I'm in field goal range. I'm just going to try to take as much clock as I can right here. Go up possession, and then get the ball back on offense at halftime. So run the ball up the middle, pick up 5. Perfectly fine with me. We're going to run a stretch, but he does a really good job there. The linebackers did a really good job of matching the pursuit. Once again, I'm running this bootleg. I've been running the ball really well. So we're going to run this bootleg, try to get out of bounds. And right here, you see he has it covered really well, and my underneath tight end gets stuck. So I'm just going to take it with Daniel Jones. He's athletic enough, and nobody was over there. So we're going to take it. It counts as a run. Get out of bounds. 30 seconds. We are going to switch to, what did I end up running? I think I wanted to run smash, but I switched to zone just because of the alignment. And he comes down comes down and stops me outside. Does a really good job. Once again, 13 seconds left. I'm going to motion Galladay outside. Actually, I'm going to call a timeout here and kick a field goal at 3 seconds. That's what it was. Because I was just like, I don't want to risk it. Kick my field goal, go up one possession, 10-7 at halftime. And a couple of things that I'm realizing is like, okay, I can't let him get outside the pocket, and I need to I need to figure out something for the run. Passing the ball, I feel like I'm doing really well, but I don't feel like the runs are very effective right now. That doesn't mean I'm like, oh man, I'm not picking up 10, 12 yards. It's like I need to figure out a way to get 4 yards a pop on my runs. If I can do that, I'm fine. But you see here, we're in gun tight. This is basically a snag concept, and they go in, we go out, and let our athlete make a lot of misses in open field. And look at that, the snag is really nice, man. My whole thing with that is I remember Coach Mackey talking about that. If they go out, you go in. If they go in, you go out. You just go opposite of where the person takes the snag. Right here, I noticed that Shepard did not have Darius Slay on him, so I'm going to attack that side. Darius Slay was on the trip side, so I just decided to look at my hot. The hot came, so I threw backside. I knew it was going to be one-on-one. And right here, I made the mistake. I believe I had X wide open underneath, and I fat-fingered it and hit Y instead of X. Another air raid concept, shallow cross. Really love it. It's just under pressure. Daniel Jones is not the greatest. He's not going to be able to complete that. Now here's single high, and you're going to see I'm looking single high side. That's Reddick on a Galladay. I'm throwing that every time. I don't care. Reddick is a edge rusher, and Galladay is an actual really good wide receiver, so I'm taking advantage of that every time. Right here, once again, look at that. User rush. We get the sack. Collapse the pocket, and that's basically what I want. That's the nice thing about having a Tampa 2 style defense is it allows your defensive line to do really well. I just realized that my QB spy did something weird. We end up getting the interception here. We're up 17-7, and look at this. When you're patient, my opponent's diving all wild, and Saquon Barkley does what Saquon Barkley does, gets a touchdown, and that's where I want to be 24/7. I let my foot off the gas here, although Kayvon Thibodeau is definitely fast enough to get up to Jalen Hurts, but I let my foot up off the gas. I needed to send more pressures and blitzes. I have the advantage of, if I do let a touchdown up, I'm still up, and my offense has been playing really well, so I needed to send more pressures and blitzes at this point, but I didn't. I don't know why, and that's fine. That's something to learn from. So definitely, when you're playing these games, learn from your mistakes. Right here, 3rd and 14, we get a pressure, QB hit. You see, I'm going to send another pressure here, and I can't remember what happens. Oh, he completes this pass. I mean, hey, that's a dot. I can't be mad at it. I was a little upset because I'm like, man, that deep half should have been able to get over there. Once again, I'm in just cover 1, and he does a good job right here. But McKinney has good recovery speed, knocks that ball out. 2nd and 10. And this is the point where I realized here, where I was talking about Vic Fangio's cover 6. This is what led me to want to get into the Vic Fangio cover 6 for this reason right here, for the crossers. So if you understand cover 9, I knew that the person that I used, I can steal him because he doesn't have anyone really, so he can look at the number 3. However, the number 3 would already be taken, just about, how everything is. So if I use the cover 6, the deep half on that side is going to be able to take care of number 2 or number 1 if they come across up top. But right here, stupid read. I mean, he's open, but stupid read. I should have hit Y underneath. Made that a lot easier for myself, but I don't. I think I showed that in one of the plays before. But right here, once again, I'm like, I need to figure out something on the run. You can't just let it go. Sometimes you really have to keep running the ball because you'll figure something out or something will make sense. So he uses rushes. I go through my progressions, hit Bellinger over the middle. I really love this play. simply because it's great against the cover zero. And like you see there, the double post is really great against the too high. It's also really great against single high as well. So we're going to go and run this rock. He just does it. I mean, the Eagles D line is really great, but we do get 4 yards right there, which is all I'm asking for. I just want 4 yards of pop. So we're going to run the inside zone again. And look at that. Fletcher Cox is just Fletcher Cox and gets back there. We only get 3 on the ground right there. So once again, I see that he pinches his D line, so that's something that I definitely take into account. So I run this X wide open, hit Shepard, and now I'm going to take into account, okay, if he pinches, then I'm going to be able to use this jet sweep. And I believe right here I use the jet sweep. Maybe I don't. I think it's the next play. Yeah, next play after this, I'm going to run jet sweep. And you're going to see, so he pinches the line, and then I'm going to go into jet sweep because I've already used the motion to pass the ball. I've been using the motion a lot to pass the ball. I've not used that motion to hand it off to him. And you see it made his user go towards the actual run, and Shepard's just free to get all those yards. So it's really nice when you mix up those runs. That's what I'm saying. You can't abandon the run. You have to keep running. Once again, he pinches the D-line. I try to cut back. I should have just been patient, a little bit more patient. I should have been able to hit it outside, but hey, it is what it is. Once again, he's in this over front. I'm running weak side zone. I'm motioning him out there because I want to give it the appearance that I'm passing the ball. You're going to see it. He picks the wrong side, but like I said, the Eagles D-line is just good. 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. We're already up. We're up 9. So, once again, we're going to this. He's running cover 0. That's an easy touchdown right there. So now we're up 31-15. Up 16 points. I'm fine. I should have flipped this and had my deep half on the other side, which is why. So, Moreau is going to be looking at the number 3 and not the number 2. The number 3 doesn't get deep enough. If Vicky Fangio's, if I run the 6, then the deep half would be able to take over the crosser by the number 2 or the number 1. Meanwhile, the cover 2 side will be able to take everything else underneath. But now we're just down here. It doesn't really matter too much, but I don't want to give up anything. That's a good throw by him. He's down there in 1st and goal on the 1-yard line. I call a timeout because I want to get the right personnel in there. So you see I have Kayvon Thibodeau, and we get the stop on the D line. Very lucky there. 2nd and goal, he runs the hurry up. So now I pinched the line just because I wanted to get a one-on-one. I have Dexter Lawrence in the middle there. So now I come out in a single high because I have a feeling he's going to try to run the ball again. But we stay disciplined in our area. He tries to throw it over the middle, and we pick it off with Jalen Smith. And right here, I was just thinking, do I want to try to score? But I know Madden is goofy, so I just sit down, and then that's going to let my opponent quit. But, yeah, this is going to be the intro, I guess, for the gun. It's really nice. Definitely can't wait to start talking about it. I'm going to go over gun split close for right now, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to do the whole formation in that one video. But if you did enjoy the video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the bell, like I said earlier. And remember, GITG, give it to God. I'll see you guys later.